All right, welcome back. We're looking at the table there and said, where did all the pizza go? Well, it's right over here. Is it good, ladies? Yeah, okay, chow down. How would you like to win the opportunity for a professional architect to design your own dream home? We'll tell you how to enter in a few minutes, but first, I recently caught up with Richard Kleiner from Raised Floor Living. He explained the benefits of building a raised foundation, especially in the Houston area. Take a look. Lots of things that people keep in mind when they're building a home, but probably more so now today is economics.
Absolutely, Deborah. There's a lot of advantages to wood and raised floor constructions. First of all, wood is your economical choice and your green choice. This lumber here, for example, a lot of the southern pine is grown right here in East Texas, which helps Texas forestry jobs.
Yeah, keep the money at home.
Absolutely.
All right, the other thing that we need to keep in mind, especially here in Houston, is whether you're in flood zones, because goodness knows you can be in a flood zone one moment and then all of a sudden become a flood zone the next. It's just, you never know when you could get flooded.
Well, absolutely. Now, this neighborhood is not in a flood zone, but certainly we get a lot of rainfall every year. You've got these massive rain events that could create localized flooding. This house is raised well above grade, so there's not going to be any risk. Nevertheless, you've got to remember the National Flood Insurance Program says that 25% of all homes flooded annually are not in flood zones, so you never know.
Yeah, but this way you're protected.
Yes.
Let's take a look at what we have down here.
Well, this gives you the convenience of access, for one thing. Unlike a slab, you can get under here, you can inspect for termites, you can inspect for maintenance. Renovation is real easy.
Yeah, because going back to the termites and bugs and pests and things, when you have your slab or your concrete foundation, if you have cracks, that's where bugs will go to hide. They can't go hide.
And
here.
Termites don't like light, so what they're going to do is they're going to access where you can't see them anyway. So you may have termites and not even know it. With this kind of a system, your bug inspector can get underneath and really look for signs of termite entry.
Yeah, and
very
I'm looking
easily.
down here, I'm seeing a lot of room for storage.
Oh, I know. This is a great, although this is a little bit out of the ordinary to have a slab poured underneath your system here. Certainly there is an opportunity for storage.
Yeah.
You notice also you see the connections for your plumbing, electrical, easily accessible. If there's a maintenance issue, you can get right underneath it and look for damage or something easy to fix.
As opposed to going through concrete.
Absolutely.
The other thing is if you want to remodel and you want to move some things around, this would make it much easier for like a bathtub or something, because usually with those types of remodels you try to keep your water things.
Certainly,
right.
If you want to expand your bathroom or swap the location of plumbing, it's really easy. If you wanted to put new wiring in for a stereo system, surround sound, what have you, the workers can get under here easily and take care of all that.
What about remodeling, adding perhaps another room? Is that just as easy?
It's probably easier. I mean, essentially you're going to pour some more piers where you want to add a room and just, add it on right there with no problems.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to worry about getting the jackhammer out to reroute plumbing or anything, because it's all going to be above ground.
Because oftentimes you see when people add a room, you can walk through the house and then all of a sudden you go, oh, okay, that's an addition.
Right. No, it's a seamless renovation. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. The other thing we need to be aware of here in the Houston area is the soil that we're on.
Yeah, the one thing that's really important to remember about raised foundations is that they're really adaptable to many different types of soils. On the coast, you have very, very low-bearing soils, so you can change to a pile foundation, for example, but it can still look very homey with the right lattice work or what have you. In this area, you've got somewhat elastic plastic soils that are expansive clays, and in this case what they did, they just simply drilled down through the clays and poured the piers so that if there is a movement of the clays, they can flow around the piers and not tear up the foundation like you see somewhat with slabs.
Yeah.
That's why they have to reinforce slabs with expensive technologies like post-tension, because the slabs really can't handle the expansive clays without that technology.
With that said, how does this wear over the years compared to a slab?
Well, I think, that this is a superior way to live. It's really about getting your your living area above the ground, away from the moisture, away from the mold, away from the pests, and away from the threat of termites.
Yeah. All right, so listen up. This spring, Raised Floor Living will make the dream of one lucky Houston area homeowner come true. You can win the opportunity to have your dream home designed by a professional architect. To learn more about that opportunity, the many benefits and features of a raised floor home, log on to raisedfloorliving.com, raisedfloorliving.com. Are you going to eat the rest of that?